So the waste on a construction site, whether it be cutoffs of wood or packaging from items being installed, it's all fuel to a fire. So we want to be able to control that fuel on a construction site. And because of that, NFPA 241 is going to require there to be waste disposal programs. All of that's going to be outlined in the fire prevention program, but there are additional requirements. If you look below in Chapter 7 of NFPA 241, are requirements for waste disposal. Now, one of the biggest requirements is that at least at the end of every work shift, we're getting all of the waste material, dust and debris out of that structure. And we're going to want to be getting rid of that in an approved container. Typically, that's going to be a dumpster. If we look in the annex of 751, there's a little bit of guidance on where we want to be putting open top dumpsters if we're using them to store combustible materials. The rule of thumb here is at least 35 feet away from any of the combustible structures. So we want to make sure that we're maintaining that in a safe location. Again, that is all going to be outlined in our fire prevention program. And then if we've got materials that are susceptible to spontaneous ignition, we want to be storing those in a listed disposal container. And the final thing I want to talk about is trash chutes. They're used widely on construction sites for getting rid of trash. If we have a trash chute, we need to make sure that we've got a trash chute safety plan as part of the fire prevention program. It needs to be approved by the authority having jurisdiction. So what that trash chute plan is going to have in it, it might be things like we're just using a non-combustible trash chute. That'd probably be the best case. If we're using a combustible trash chute, then we're going to need to be looking at things like temporary sprinkler protection, how that sprinkler protection is provided, how we're protecting it against freezing. All of those things need to be considered. Now, let me know, are you working on a construction site? Do you have a waste disposal program? How do you make sure that all of that's being done at the end of every shift? Are you requiring people to be going and doing that cleaning? I know that's always a tough thing when you're doing construction. I'm interested to hear what you have to say about that. Also, if you are interested in learning more about construction fire safety, there's a link below to a landing page that has a bunch of resources from NFPA about construction fire safety. Thank you.